Primary only. The bane of most BTD6 players' existence. Is it possible to actually beat primary only without any issues arising? I mean, you only get blue monkeys, and you have beat through a full-on Moab. Oh, that's pretty wild. What if I told you that we were going to build none of them? None of these monkeys. None of these blue monkeys at all. None of them. Zero of them. Not even the free dart monkey. We don't need them. We can beat it with just good old Sauda. So a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, we can now officially buy levels. We don't have anything else to do with our money here. We can't buy any other monkeys, so we could use that extra cash to end up upgrading our hero. It's not going to be an extreme amount of levels or anything like that, but even 2 or 3 levels by the end of the game can be a huge difference in popping power or even abilities. So, we're already jumping up to level 7 here where we can do extra damage if they're stunned. And now she can pop frozen balloons, which I guess doesn't really help us that much. But we're coming up into a round that'll actually be a problem here. Sauda, by herself, cannot pop lead balloons. So you might be thinking, Chris, well, you picked this level for the Chompa, and the Chompa's going to chomp them all down. But then you realize Sauda's ability pops leads too, so actually we don't even really need the Chomper. It's just kind of there for show for now. Or maybe we'll need it for later. Anyways, leads. You would think there'd be like kind of an issue, but if we jump kind of right in the middle here, even just one single ability is going to pop all these leads with just a little bit of style. If you appreciate the videos and appreciate the different content here, make sure you're using my creator support code. It's SJB. Do appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you. It also has automatic cam detection, which means, obviously, camo's not an issue either. So we really don't have a direct weakness. Leads is the biggest issue, but there's only 2 more rounds that have leads on them, and it's not even that many of them. So this should look pretty easy, actually. Honestly, pretty much absolute domination here. I mean, the balloons are basically making it through one of the 3 areas that we could possibly attack. Again, except for leads. But, ooh, we mistimed that a little bit. We might have to use the Chompa. All right, Chompa Rompa Ding Dong. Ba-doink. Oh, and that just puts us in a crappy position here, right here for these leads on round 38 again. But actually, it's not that big of a deal because we just killed them all. Okay. Ceramics? No. Sauda is too godlike. Just popping literally everything. So in the comments below, I'm going to have a little comment for you guys. I want you to upvote whether you think this is called the Chomper or the Crusher. Okay, I could go either way. I'm not upset if you think it's one or the other. And honestly, I probably just mix and match it, whatever I feel like saying at the time. But I kind of like Chomper a little better, whether or not Crusher is actually better. And here you go, a nice, easy ceramic, nice, easy primary only defeated without using any primary monkeys. So that was pretty simple. Sauda, I mean, no lives lost, no issues at all. That was easy. And that begs the question, can we do it with any other heroes? There's 14 total heroes in this game. That's a lot of them. And right from the get-go, I can tell you there's probably a couple of them that just can't be done with. Ben doesn't pop enough balloons. All right, he's gone. So for sure, at least one hero is not possible. Churchill. Churchill's somewhat problematic here because he costs $1,530 to get, and we start off with only $850, including the monkey knowledge. So we have to basically play 5 rounds without popping any balloons. Coughity cough, with popping only a few balloons, because we've got the Crusher available. Oh, I don't even know if that was... Oh, that was kind of bad timing. I could have done better. If it's really close in the end, I'll go back and I'll replay that. But for now, all I got is the Crusher, baby. I better get to microing properly here. All right, round 4. Look at this big chunk of blues. We just got to get him right in the middle there. Chomp as many as we can. It's about as good as I can get. I mean, there's still going to be a lot of lives going through, but only is $300 more. That might be possible. Okay, good timing on the Crusher this time. Double blues overlapping here. It's as good as I can do. And you also want to do it as early as you can so you can get it back for the next round here. But we're going to lose a lot of lives. We're going to be below 100 here easily. And we're still over $200 away. Ooh, hot diggity dog. It might be possible. Churchill has been initiated. But that does not mean we have won the game. We still have a pretty decent amount of a fight ahead of us here. He's got to be able to pop camo balloons, still get that lead popping power, and still be able to pop the Moab on round 40. Luckily, we got the machine gun before round 20, so blocks ended up not being an issue. We have lead popping power automatically, so leads are not an issue, and we were able to afford the camo detection by round 24, so camo balloons won't be an issue. The only thing that I can see being an issue here is, of course, that Moab, but let's be honest, Churchill's still pretty beeftastic, and I think he's going to take it down pretty easily. All right, here's the Moab, but we're going to wait till this Moab pops before I use my ability, I think, because he's better against ceramics that way, and ba-bam shazam! Churchill can also solo primary only. Well, how about Adora? Well, she runs into 2 major issues right from the get-go, and I'm actually going to Yeah, I'm gonna chomp it. I'm gonna chomp it. Or I'm gonna crush it. Camo Bloons. We can't pop camo Bloons. Also, directly after that, what about purple Bloons? Yeah, Adora can't pop purple Bloons either, can she? And look at this. It just so happens that on round 25 and round 32, 10 purple Bloons come out, but if you use her ability, it does allow you to pop purple Bloons. Therefore, purple Bloons are no longer an issue. And we still have to worry about those camo Bloons, because round 33 and round 36 and round 37 are all going to have camo Bloons, but we should be able to pull it off the Adora still. One of the things I'm actually most afraid of for her is the Moab. I'm going to have less than 100 lives, or maybe just not full lives, and I still have to pop a Moab in its entirety, possibly without a Crusher. Uh-oh. Ooh, 36 is kind of a problem here. I actually used my Chomper on round 35, so I didn't have to use my ability, and now I'm hoping we're going to get it back at least for this second set of camo greens. Otherwise, a lot of these guys are to sneak through. Oh, boy. Oh, look at that! That was probably the most perfect timing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Camo greens? I mean, it's usually not even that big of a deal, but it's like 30 lives for those guys. All right, Crusher. We still need to use it on round 37 here for more camo Bloons. Hopefully I can get at least 6 of these guys. I think I got 6 of them. That's about as good as I can get. Front and the back one missed. And that's still going to be 22 lives right there, and then another, like, 12 or whatever down here. So, down to 130. But as long as I can manage 38 and 39 here with just a quick ability on each one of these rounds, and maybe a chomp, I should be good. But I'm a little afraid of round 39 because it also has regen Bloons, which could easily just regenerate a lot, turn into a bajillion Bloons. Then the only way I could possibly stop it was the Crusher, which will make it so round 40 isn't possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an early ability here because I specifically can't see the Bloons here. Try to get them like started in here and hopefully get this ability back before we get to round 40. And hopefully also keep the Crusher available. All right, so far looking pretty good. Got a bunch of rainbows coming out now though. That is kind of big. It's kind of chunky. And we got the regen. Oh crap, the regens! We just multiplied them. Oh boy, we're going to have to use this ability again and hope that we can still get it back for the Moab, I think. I'm going to try to keep the Crusher. That's my main thing. I want to try to keep the Crusher because the big chunks of ceramics, that's going to be the biggest issue for me. All right, even if I have to tank some lives here. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a lot of regens. That's too many regens, and that's going to cause us to lose. What we're learning here is basically that not every hero is an automatic win. There are still some pretty difficult rounds and combinations and everything, and regens can definitely still be a freaking issue here somehow magically. All right, I think I'm going to have to go for the Crusher. At least to get some of these guys. There's a big chunk, but I used my ability pretty decent. As long as I get rid of these regens, I should be okay. All right, there's a couple of regens sneaking through. Oh, they're going to turn into blacks. Are they going to kill me? Oh, we popped some of them, but they kind of regen more. I'm down to 14 lives. Oh, all right, but we got the ability up. And this is actually kind of nice. It might give us more time to get the Crusher ready. Okay, maybe. All right, we're going to start off with this ability right from the get-go. Start popping this mode. By the way, I completely mispositioned Adora. I wanted to put her 1 inch to the left, and I didn't make that happen, so something I have to deal with here. All right, we might get lucky here and get this back, and we also might get lucky and get this back. If we get both of those back, we're definitely in good shape. All right, another ability. Crusher might not be up, though. Oh, Crusher is up. That is good news for us. Very, very good news for us. And with the Crusher, we're going to leak. Hopefully that's only 2 blue Bloons, and hopefully we leak 4 of them, and hopefully we survive with 4 lives less. Yes! We do it! And Adora can also primary only. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We got our first issue with Sai. Sai can't pop purple Bloons.
Some leaves must fall.
Okay. So that means automatically that's about 8 times. Excuse me, 8 times. Oh my god, I screwed that up big time too. Oh, we lost even more lives. 8 times 11, that's like 88 lives right there. And that does give us some shield lives to possibly work with here. And we can also try to chomp some of the purples, but they're really quick and they're usually spaced out. That does not mean this is going to be easy. And now we got to deal with huge chunks of yellow Bloons coming out here, which are not easy for us to deal with. So I'm definitely going to go for a chomper here. I'm going to go for an early chomp. It just feels like that was a lot of Bloons right there. Ooh, that could have been a better chomp, though. Ooh, baby, that could have been so much better of a chomp. I might have to restart this round. Give it another shot. Yeah, that's too many Bloons. We got to try one more time. But I got a somewhat wicked idea. We're going to wait for these Bloons to get a little bit more piled up. We're going to try to use our ability to stun them all and get more of them in range over here. That was about as good as I can get it, I think. I mean, I might have been able to get more reds, but I want to get mostly blues more than I want to get reds, because they're obviously much quicker. And I'm so close to getting this money here, but this is going to be a lot of lives lost, and there's really nothing I can do about it at this point. Just going to have to watch it go by. All right, 44, and we survive another round, but this is quite unfortunate. This will likely be the death of us. Round 32. We've got more purple balloons coming out. It's upsetting. I could try to do some sort of stunning, like right over here, and try to line up more purples inside of this thing, but I only have a total of 64 lives right now, and that is just not a lot. So we get like a decent amount of stunnage. I try to line up as many as I can, and maybe I could have done better, but here's a full-on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. That's too many. Goodbye. And Sai is the first hero that can't officially do it that we tried. This could end up being our downfall. Lead balloons. Now, we've done some weird plays with Geraldo where we like send things back and glue things and do all that stuff, but unfortunately in this situation there's really not much more we could do. We can kind of just chomp a few lead balloons. That means we're still going to let all these guys go through, and unfortunately on top of that, I didn't even pop some of the balloons in between everything. The good news is I do have shield lives and do have road spikes here, so we should earn some of these lives back, but I already have to deal with round 30 here, and then we have to deal with 37 and 38 coming up as well. But there is a possibility we might be able to get to level 10 with Etienne, and if we do that, we do have that ability, and that will easily be able to help us survive here. But that's still a lot of experience and a decent amount of money. That's not for sure going to happen. Alright, so we tried to do a loop here. We're going to try to chomp them all. We did a pretty decent job. Not perfect, and that's going to be a ton of lives going through, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 26. Oh, no. Oh, baby, down to 40 lives already, but we got another 6 rounds here before anything actually becomes a huge issue. But still minor issues, kind of all over the place here. In fact, I got to put him back to first here. And there's a lot of balloons, and there's regen balloons coming in here as well. Oh, crap, and they're regenning like crazy. Uh-oh, and I don't even have a chomper available. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Etienne, trying to do his best. We got the chomper here. I'm going to try to save it, though. Oh, I shouldn't have saved it. I shouldn't have saved it. Okay, a non-divide and conquer play. Significantly better. We're going to lose some lives here, but not a ridiculous amount. But the problem is round 31's usually not that hard of a round. So we could be running into some major total popping power issues here. And there's only so much that I can chomp. Very good fight. We got to round 37. We fought our way back to having a couple shield lives here, but unfortunately, lead balloons. And there's a lot of them, too. There's not just a few of them. We do have a chomp available, but we're not going to be able to chomp every single lead balloon. So yeah, and we don't have level 10 yet. I told you it was going to be kind of close, but we're still $6,000 away. And there's like no way to make money on this play. So there it is, my friends. There it is. Oddly enough, Ezili, so far up to round 25, has gone not truly no lives lost, but we've earned the shield lives back from every life we've lost so far. Double, unfortunately, though, we're trying to use this regen ability here, and this allows us to pop purple balloons, but also stops the regens from happening, but that's still a lot of balloons we've got to pop in round 35 with this weirdo ability, and it's not going to be all of them, but again, kind of survived it. Like, not that horrible. Okay, so on round 27, which is a pretty big deal for us, we do unlock this next thingamajig, and we have to decide if we want to try to sacrifice 10 lives to give us a little bit more attack range, and a little bit more attack speed, and a little bit more projectile speed. Personally, I would say, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. With a good ability crusher, blammo! I think that was okay. Not great. But now here we go. Sacrifice 10 lives for this. Let's hope that it's worth it. Not great. Not horrible. We're still losing some lives, but it's a slow drain. Maybe it's slow enough. I think this is the round that's going to get us. 34. I even used this ability here to sacrifice some lives, but there's just too many yellow balloons. I already used my chomper. And, yeah, so Ezili, we tried hard, but it can't go far enough. So fortunately, Pat is pretty solid against the balloons. Unfortunately, he does have a weakness. Gamma balloons. So I don't know exactly how to time this perfectly, but I only get one chomp no matter what, so I was thinking try to get as many reds in here and maybe get a couple yellows if I could. So, boom! Okay, that looked okay, but it's still going to be a lot of lives lost on 33, and of course we still have to deal with 36 and 37 here, but so far, based on what we're seeing, as long as Pathos doesn't lose a ton of balloons, we still should be able to survive. Okay, I might take this back. 34, which was a huge problem for Ezili, is also kind of a big problem for Pat. He's doing an okay job here, but we're definitely going to leak a decent amount here. There's not much else I can do besides using the ability and trying to time a decent chomp. But, yeah, alright. You know, it's actually not as bad as I thought. There's still a lot sneaking through, but it's not horrific. And I think I have to save my ability for 35 because that's also going to be a pretty difficult round. But we're down below 100 lives already, and that includes with the shielded lives. But only 6 rounds to go, my friends. We had a decent chomp, but even so, lots of lives will be lost here. Few pinks are sneaking through too, so we don't get shield lives to ever come back. It's almost always a few balloons sneak through. That's a full 30 right there. And now we're down to 28 lives with only a few rounds left. And we still have to lose, I believe, 22 lives to the big chunk of whites coming out here because I can't not get all of them. That means if 6 balloons sneak through, we lose this game. And Fusty can't handle it. But you know what? Honestly, I'd put him in the maybe pile because maybe you're able to micro him or put him in some sort of weird spot here that's just slightly more efficient. Like maybe this is more efficient than over here. I just don't know for sure. But as of right now, I will probably not be able to do this. Oh, look at that. Oh no, I forgot. There's more than 22 lives taking through. There's the red balloons coming in here as well. So these guys will kill us, but the rest of us will definitely kill us. And there it goes. Badoink. All right, so here's Geraldo. And his only real weakness here is lead balloons. Luckily for us, as soon as we reach level 8, we can get a really, really nice lead popper. But until then, the only thing we've got is the crusher. So maybe I could have gotten all of these in here in one single thingamajig. But honestly, I'm cool without trying because it is ridiculously difficult. I know for a fact how ridiculously difficult it is. The only upsetting thing here is I put these spikes in front of these spikes, and that's going to pop the lead balloon but destroy all of my other spikes. Also, unluckily for us, round 28 is also going to be kind of bad because I can't, or round 30, I mean, is going to be kind of bad because I still can't afford Jerry's Fire by $400, which I might have been able to afford if I didn't put so many turrets down. Luckily for us, I think that we'll still get enough of these guys killed that it won't end up being a big deal here, so we're just going to go, boop. I could get fancier with this, which I have done in the past, where I tried to get this happening twice, or I use extra thingamajigs to kind of like blow it all up, but I'm cool with losing about 100 lives or so because I think that'll be all. I think Geraldo will easily take down everything else for the rest of the game here. So there it is, Jerry's Fire. It's $425, last 10 rounds. It's the entire rest of the game here, so we're going to pop down both of them. This is really all it takes to win the game, I think. Once you get one Jerry's Fire, that's probably enough to take down literally everything. The only other thing I have to make sure that I keep in mind is I do have to build one more Camo Potion on Geraldo, which I think I could just do now. No, it doesn't let you double dip. That would be really cool. Just like added 10 lives to it, man. Like 10 rounds to it. Why not? Another Jerry's Fire, because why the heck not? And we ride this out. Kind of funny to compare Geraldo to some of the other heroes, because nobody else is popping all the types of balloons up here. Everybody's trying to pop them over here, still randomly getting them at the very, very back here, except for maybe Sauda. Sauda popped most of them by the time they came around twice, but Geraldo said, nuh-uh, we don't need any of that crap. We're just going to pop them all right at the very front. And that doesn't even include all of the other things that we have available for us for Geraldo, like specifically the Maelstroms, which is going to be hugely helpful for the Moab, but I don't even think I actually need it. I'm just going to build it anyways because I frickin' can. Triple Maelstroms with 2 more Jerry Fires. Oh my god! Look at the ownage! It's insane! Brickell, she was so promising. She didn't even lose a single life until round 36, but then it just kind of all hit at the same time. She's kind of like just running out of total popping power. Or it's kind of hitting wrong. Like, these guys are popping on all the black balloons, which means I have to use this kind of early here to make sure that I don't waste these mines completely. And then somehow still get enough lead popping power with this ability, but that's just kind of tricky here. So, let's see if we can make it work. But we're going to switch this guy to first real quick instead of strong, because he keeps hitting the lead balloon. She keeps hitting the lead balloons. And then as soon as the lead balloons get popped, I can move it back to strong, but until then, I cannot. The most lead balloons are not gone, so yeah, we have to watch this happen. Somewhat upsettingly. Alright, I can move it back to strong now, but that's kind of late. And I should get this ability back. I might be able to survive here, but it's going to be really, 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 really close. Alright, 49. Yes! And we survive round 37, but I have a very strong feeling that round 38 is going to be even more tricky, and we probably won't survive this one. I'm going to go for this early ability here to try to get these lead balloons popped, but the lead balloons are the big deal here, so we're going to switch her back to first, see if we can pop some of the pinks in the meantime. Maybe we'll get this ability back in time. And back to... Oh, I can't put it on strong yet. Keep it on first. Alright, this is the problem right here. This big chunk of pinks, it's going to walk right through. And therefore, not Churchill, Brickell is gonna lose. Upsettingly. So we have done all but the free heroes, and so far, there have been actually only a few that have been able to do it. Believe it or not, Sauda, easily. Amaze-tastic. Adora, easily amaze-tastic. Geraldo, easily amaze-tastic. And also Churchill, easily amaze-tastic. Everybody else, we ran into some issues. Something just couldn't get us where we needed to go. How upsetting is that? But if you guys enjoyed the process, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you press that like button for me, because this, believe it or not, took me almost 2 hours to record. Seems sort of funky, because it's just primary only, but it just takes a long time to play with that many heroes. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed, press that like button, subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.